Okay, so we're gonna go live on that. Okay. So we're gonna stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so roll call. Laura present. Noel Hinckley? Here. George Merrill? Present. Nancy Perver? Present. And Rick Lacombe is absent. Next section is agenda adjustments. I'd like to make an adjustment with 7H new business with the FOIA request. Any other agenda adjustments? Ceremonial presentations, recognitions, none. Public hearings, none. Staff, new hires. We have an ACO.
Animal control.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Ray Schlaubeck, I'm the Animal Control Officer. I've been your part-time Animal Control Officer for 10 years. Just last August, Cooper, who was fantastic at his job, retired after 33 years, well earned. And I stepped up, decided to get it. I used to work in your school system. I spent 2 years at Oak Hill Middle School, 1 year at Oak Hill High School. I was at Lisbon School systems before that. For a total of 16 years in the schools. I'm also a Navy veteran, 10 years. My wife is a Navy veteran, 22 years. We live over in Lisbon. We've got a pretty good partnership going on with Sabatis right now. The new chief and I get along real well, which is nice. And it's a nice place to be able to hop in once in a while, and nice community.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Can you get rid of the squirrels in my bird feeders?
Next is Spencer. Spencer. Hi.
Hi.
Would you like to stand up here and introduce yourself?
You,
Well, do you want, go ahead. You want to do it? Go ahead. You're good at that.
Join us.
That's a Texter. He lives in Lewiston. We're taking him on board as a part-time officer. He's got a lot of experience, like 12 or 13 years. He's worked for 4 other departments, part-time, but he works a lot of hours historically. I worked with him in Freiburg. He's an excellent officer, and we can depend on him to look out for us in the overnight shift mostly. That's what he's interested in. And that's where we need somebody.
Awesome.
So I'm grateful that he's willing to come and work for us. I didn't mean to steal your thunder or
You're
anything.
stealing my thunder.
Because I just asked him, where have you worked again? I don't have a page that long, but, so we're very happy to have him on board.
Awesome. Welcome aboard. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Thank you, Chief. Resignations. Awesome. Department head report. Fire and police were last week. Public Works with a update was sent over via email for Public Works. Oh, do you want to add this to the fire first? Or?
No, because they had to leave, so.
Transfer station was last week. Code enforcement. Now, building committee is going to come up. So we need to have that be more. Treasurer's report.
Nothing this week. Yeah, that was last week as well.
Unfinished business. Does anyone have any?
Carry forward.
New business penny policy.
Yep.
In your packet?
Yes, and this is the policy that most towns are adopting. We just went with what was given to us from MMA.
I'll make a motion to approve the penny policies as written, effective immediately.
Is there a second?
Second.
Nancy, second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Maybe Raquel can just, for the audience, provide a quick.
So well, since pennies have been, the banks aren't handing out pennies anymore when we get our change. So when our amount of pennies are gone, it's gone. So then we're gonna have to, any cash transaction is gonna have to be either rounded up or rounded down. So that's where we're at. So if anybody has any jars of pennies they'd like to cash in, we'll take them, because I'd like to hold off on the rounding as long as possible.
All right, any other discussion?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Once you get run out of pennies, and somebody comes in and pays with pennies, what are you gonna do?
They'd have to have the exact change. That's a good question, but they'd have to have I'd love somebody to come and pay with more than just 2 pennies.
Right, I'm just curious, you
Yeah.
gonna start it up until you run out of those pennies again, or are you gonna hold on to them, or what?
We're gonna save them and sell them as antiques.
And I think that's what people are doing, because nobody wants to give me their pennies.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? It passes. Town manager designation of acting town manager for upcoming vacations.
So I'd-
That as well as in your packet, sir.
Yeah, so I'd like to have Thomas Williams acting town manager while I am away. He knows municipalities, he knows the charter, he's available, so I think he's the logical choice.
Do you have a motion?
I'll motion to approve the town manager's designation of Thomas Williams as acting town manager when she is on vacation.
Second,
Thank you.
Then a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? It passes. New business C is choose a date for town meeting. The suggestion of 6/4/25, which is a Thursday.
That's when it's- Oh, yeah, that should be a 26. Yep,
It is
Yeah.
a 26 on
Thank you.
mine.
on your
Is
agenda.
there a motion?
I make a motion that we
Oh, hold on, let me make sure it's 6/4 is
set
actually,
the date
I'm
of
looking at it.
okay.
the town meeting on June 4th, 2026 at 6 PM at the Oak Hill Middle School.
It's historically a Thursday night, right? Yeah.
There's a motion.
I'll make a second.
Any discussion? George?
I would like to see it back closer to May than June. And it only happened last year in June because we were running way late on the budget.
Oh, okay.
But it's historically done before Memorial Day in the past several years. It'd be nice to get back there. I know that the current schedule is pretty tight. To get that, if you, like I said, if you reverse engineer from the 4th of June by May 4th is when you have to have all the warrants in.
Right. Well, it's doable though.
No.
It doesn't matter to me.
We're talking the 21st, not the 28th, right?
I would say away from Memorial Weekend.
Yes, because we had it on Memorial Weekend last year, and
We have it in June.
in June, it was the year before that.
Right. That's my birthday.
Yeah.
So that's gonna push everything till April. That's not really doable, George.
I don't want to do it on, I would rather not do it May 28th, I'd rather the 21st.
That's too quick.
May 21st?
Because you have to have everything a month ahead of time. You're not gonna make that. I say you leave it on June 4th.
I'd like it on Saturday.
No.
I know. It's a conversation.
Well, unfortunately, right now, the charter doesn't allow that.
It's a weekday.
Saturday's a weekday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
It could.
Please.
Any other conversation, discussion?
I just, if you can open it to the public to see and
So there's a motion and a second. Does the board have any other discussion?
you're not gonna open it to public discussion.
Nobody wants it.
All those in favor? All those opposed? That passes for June 4th.
Can I just say something right now that I just found?
So are you doing a point of order?
Yeah.
Okay.
The annual town meeting shall be held on a weekday evening
Yeah.
When is June 4th?
in the charter.
It's a Thursday.
What's
night.
June 4th?
I don't know, Thursday?
It's a
Well,
Thursday.
you had said Saturday and you could do it on Saturday. I'm just saying,
We voted on June 4th.
I know that.
Great.
I'm just letting you know
Yeah.
what the charter says.
So cost recovery for the fire department?
Yeah, they had to leave, so I'd say that should be tabled, and maybe we have a presentation like George had requested, so we can work on that.
Remote policy.
That was you.
So I had asked for a remote policy, an update to the remote policy that we'd be able to attend via Zoom or Teams or any sort of whatever the town has for method to do so. So is there any motion to amend the remote meeting policy?
I'll make a motion to amend the existing remote meeting policy to allow attendance and participation via a remote solution.
I'll second.
And will that, so any discussion first?
I've not seen that. It's not part of my package tonight.
I can't find it.
I think that we should get it in writing, see exactly what you want to change before we make the change. Just to provide verbiage today without an actual document in front of us to make the change, I'm not willing to make.
So maybe an amendment to the motion that one is drafted and brought for review?
Well, I think that, let's draft it and bring it for review, and then we can vote on it versus voting now and then.
Because I can't find one.
I-
Do you have one?
I do.
I do too.
So there are all these things that I can't put my hands on because there's no book or anything that has these policies in it.
I'll get you a copy.
Thank you. Yes, send it to me.
So there's an motion,
We'll withdraw the motion, or do we vote it down?
we would vote it down, I would assume, unless it was amended to,
Do you want to amend it?
I don't want to amend it until I get a document in front of me.
No, amend my motion.
No, it's not approved. I don't
Just
know.
vote it down.
Just vote it down.
so all those in favor? All those opposed? So that didn't go.
When will be our meeting though for that? Because I know there's one that
We could probably have it for the next meeting.
Yeah, we can table this for the next meeting as long as somebody can find me this stinking policy.
Next is reappoint Wayne Hayward to planning board for a 3-year term.
I'll make a motion to appoint Wayne Hayward. Is that his name?
Mhm.
We'll sit with him. For the planning board for 3 years.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? That passes. New business G, appoint James DePalma, planning board alternate for a 3-year term.
I'll make that motion to appoint James Palmer to the planning board as an alternate for a 3-year term.
Second it.
Any discussion?
Yes, can we get him to come in here so we can put a name to the face?
Mr. DePalma?
Yes, please.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? New business, H is the FOIA request. So our last meeting, there was a FOIA request from Mark Duquette, and that has been sent to our attorney.
I make a motion to direct Noel to turn over the correspondence within the scope of the Freedom of Information Act to the town attorney to review of what could be public record by end of day January 7th, 2026.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor? All those opposed? All right, that passes. I'm looking for my bill with everyone. Next is approval of select board meeting minutes from 12/16 of 25.
I'll make a motion that we approve the December 16th, 2025 select board meeting minutes as written and read.
I'll second.
That's all that's in.
It's been motion and second, any discussion? I just asked that the FOIA request packet that was provided is attached to that as well for direction of our attorney. I have copies if you need them.
She'll watch the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments, discussion?
Select board meeting?
All those in favor? All those opposed?
Just a clarification, is she supposed to be turning those into the attorney?
No, they just attached to the minutes as public record.
Oh,
Which I'm speaking with the attorney anyways, so.
Comments from town manager?
let's see. Where my sticky went. We are supposed to be right now live for tax payments online with using credit cards. Right now, we are trying to get it so that somebody could do an ACH, which would be cheaper. But for right now, we can at least do credit cards if people so choose, so that when the March payment comes around, we're up and running with that. I got in contact today with HUD. They're gonna be setting up my account. They said it takes about 2 weeks, but that's closer than it was earlier today, to be able to access the grant money for the fire station. And I've been in budget world. That's what all my extra time has been doing, is budget. So that's my life.
And vacation coming up.
Yes.
So I can check all of those notices just for reminders.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Comments from the board, George?
I mentioned a while ago, can we please get a replacement for the American flag as soon as possible?
I thought Holly talked to you about that.
She did, but nobody ordered one, or she ordered one and I didn't see it.
Okay. I'll find out.
Is it?
That's it? You want?
No.
Nancy?
Okay, so I met with all the department heads to start building relationships, and I think that went really well. There were a couple themes that came out of that I just wanted to share with you guys. One of the big concerns that they had, and I thought it was valid, is they want us to treat them as they would want us to be treated, or as we would want them to be treated. So, for example, if we have questions that we want answers to, we can send them to them in advance of a meeting rather than putting them on the spot. Or rather than, if we're in a meeting, rather than making them feel like we're being accusatory, if we can phrase our questions in a more positive, inquisitive nature. That was one big theme. The other one was around social media presence. And really, I asked them if they could help keep people professional. Last year during budget season, there was a lot of back and forth that was really unprofessional across the board. And I think that we all should be, as leaders in the community and as leaders in employment, we should be leading by example. And if you see something you don't like, either respond with just facts or keep on a scroll. So those were the two things there. I also was looking at the budget, and I feel like it would be helpful if we could look at that in a slightly different way. So when I was on the school board, we used to see like, here's what the budget is, here's what we've expended, here's the percentage expended or something of that nature. I was going to provide a couple examples of something that might be a little easier to read and follow. Is that acceptable?
Holly can print them with the percentages. I did that last one and I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I want something like that, yeah.
Yeah, Holly can get the percentages ones.
Okay.
How do you like the old ones? Did you ever see those? Probably 3-4 years ago. Did you see those?
It's probably true.
They were really decent. They were very easy to read. George, do you remember those? I know you were on the budget with me back then. But those are really nice and really easy to read. And then if you flip them on the back, it says like things that they would like, things that they're looking for.
For budget season? or
Yes.
regular time?
I'm just talking regular the income and expense statements.
Oh, weekly,
Yeah, well, or monthly.
whatever, yeah, yes.
And then do we have an update on the public works open position?
No. No, I've re-advertised and we're getting no hits on that. The ones that we did have applied aren't interested in it the way it stands. And I've got the budget worked out so that we really don't need that position. We can go to a lead man position and have full-time, part-time just in the wintertime. And I've talked to the guys about that, so that's something we're gonna present during contract and also during budget.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, before you move on to you. Just a couple of things, I made a couple of requests, at the last meeting, that information get put up on the website, i.e. meeting contracts. What else is on my list?
Yeah, you did have a list, but they're changing platforms, so there's no sense in making another page, so to speak, to put something like that, because they're revamping the whole stinking thing.
But again, you talked earlier about you can't find documents.
Right.
So if they get up on the website, we can find documents.
Okay.
If we don't make the tab, we don't get them up, then we don't find documents. And I really want the public to be able to have those, including when we get to budget season. I would like the budget documents to be in a folder that says, budget, proposed budget, so that everybody in the community can take a look at that proposed budget and provide some feedback to us. We shouldn't be the only ones, and including the budget committee, making those decisions without input, and it's nice to have input from the community. If they can look at the budget ahead of time, then I think it makes it better for all of us.
Did I put them up last year?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I got the town meeting up in the, I think I,
You may have after look, I can't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah, it wasn't
You did something.
I tried, I maybe tried.
And,
It was not successful.
and going forward, if, the income expense report that we get, if we can review that, at least at this meeting or prior to, so that we have an understanding and we get a report from the account where we are, what things that we should be looking at that are over budget or headed that direction, instead of just getting a report without any indication of where we're headed.
So when you requested that report, I went, because I've been in it anyway because of the budget. There really aren't any concerns for me other than, and it doesn't show in that report, is the elementary school, because we're over half expended, and I don't think I'll have enough money to keep going through the whole winter unless the weather changes immensely. So
Why isn't it in here?
however Holly has that set up, it doesn't show up in your expense ledger.
Okay.
Laura, I think one of the things, the charter committee, I don't know if there's a need for a select person to be on that or participate in that, but if there is, I'm volunteering.
Rick's already on it.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
And then is there a way that we can give some guidance and direction there? 'Cause I'm really passionate about us getting to vote on some of those things in June. And I feel like we need to be providing that group of individuals some guidance around what our expectations might be. Or, well, I guess I need to get other people on board with my expectations.
I
And then-
would talk to TJ about that because the clerk is the one that runs that whole committee. They have a meeting tomorrow night, an organization meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meetings will all be open to the public.
Oh, yeah, you're on the committee.
Again, can we get that stuff on the calendar or up? I haven't seen a thing about it on the website. Communication is the key.
It is listed on the website.
Okay,
Um,
I didn't
So,
see it, so.
yeah, so Charter Commission Organization Meeting is on there and the Sanitary District Meeting as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sorry.
Okay, anything else? That's okay. You were correct with the budget, the presentation's up, the warrants are up, and something else is up, but you were correct with the actual spreadsheets of information are not on there. So. Anything else? No? Good, okay. Comments from the chair, I just wanted to thank the public transfer station for having stands available to residents, and just kind of a reminder to residents that it's kind of tucked over behind, but I think I saw a pile out by the gate as well.
Yeah,
Was it supposed to be there?
me and Tim did it Sunday because we were having traffic jams getting sand around
Yeah, so,
we made this.
thank you
Whether
for,
it's right or wrong, it is.
thank you for having that, as well as Public Works. I know I've heard a ton of positive feedback about roads being sanded and ready, and we were out at 4 o'clock the other morning during that big storm in Route 9. They kind of keep up with it, like they were going by all the time, and that, and then also intern Chief Mary, just welcoming him to his official kind of thing. Okay, comments on the floor. John.
I would like to say that I appreciated the town putting the full audit on the website. It's very interesting. I didn't get all the information that I was looking for, but it was very interesting to read it. What is the status with the appointment of the new fire chief?
He is currently staying as interim.
Okay. And the last thing I have is the sanitary district meeting that was posted on the website, and I think it was on Facebook. It was lacking in the time and location. Where do they meet? The
That's a
office?
good question. Colleen's gonna be making a call in the morning to find out that information. So if you wanna give us a ring tomorrow, we'll know.
Can you add that onto that?
Um,
Facebook?
Yeah.
So on the website,
And
it
Facebook,
says
yeah.
the charter commission you have, no sanitary.
Sanitary, yeah, they didn't put that down.
I don't know if they met here or at the offices.
We don't usually meet here, but where they're having it. We'll find out for you, John.
Thank you.
Anything else? You're,
I'm waiting for you.
For me, I have something. I just wanted to provide an update to the LWCF grant, Land Water Conservation Fund. Raquel joined the meeting, as well as a few others of the building, the Citizens Initiative Group. And so as we move into the new conversations, and so the grant would be applicable if the town owned the building. And so as we move forward with the meetings of the Citizens Initiative, I asked Raquel if I could have a minute of her time on the 30th of December. And we spoke about the next, I'm gonna say next steps, but more so about the conversation. And it kind of led to a question of what is the town's vision? Is the town's vision to simply sell the space, to sell the building, to sell the land? Is it to protect the land and to use it as green open space for the community? Is it economic development and village uproot? Is it economic growth surrounding the turnpike exit? Those things didn't all come up in conversation, but as the group kind of goes into the next steps of trying to acquire capital pledges or campaign donations for different projects like a library or gym repair, it's just really hard because there's no direction. And so as much as we're not necessarily ready in all assets of all the humans that have information, we're missing pieces. And so what we're doing is the work to try to bring that up so that we can share that information with you. And so it leads into a next couple meetings. So Matthew Herron is the gentleman from LWCF. The next town, he'll be coming to the building and the land to review the site, which is part of the grant process. So again, kind of checking boxes like GrowSmart Maine did. It's scheduled for January 16th, which is a Friday. It's at 10 a.m. And we have, the proposal is not written in a way because of course, we don't know if the town wants to keep or protect the land. And that's essentially what the grant does. So I invite you to come out and have a conversation with him and to see what is possible for the town, for the municipality. And then in addition to that, at 11:30, a gentleman, his name is Warren Matthew from Siemens. We're going to have conversation about the costs from the 2022 evaluation that was done when the district was trying to reconsolidate schools, and then have further conversations about the architectural report that lists all of the deficiencies that are required for change of use. And then we can marry them together and kind of get an estimate if this building was to become a community center. So again, I would like to invite you to the meeting on January 16th at 11:30, because that opens up bigger conversations about what we call an IET, an integrated educational opportunity, training opportunity, because Siemens offers that. So not only would they potentially repair the building with the contract, but they would allow us to create jobs, create training opportunity for residents. So again, it builds into deeper conversation with revenue streams and how you look to sustain. So it's great information, it's great pieces. Again, I'm gonna go back to we would like to present more information to you, and I'd ask for February 3rd, I think it is the first Tuesday of February, to be back onto the agenda for some conversation, deeper conversations maybe about how functionality could work in different scenarios with the proposal that was brought forward last time. And so, but if we had information from you guys about more of a direction as a select board, and then I'm just gonna say that it kind of leads into, there's, I feel like a disconnect with what's been said in the past. Clearly, this isn't a new conversation. I've been trudging forward and sharing this information for a long time. But messages are transpired differently than they were then. And I don't know what's changed because my message has always remained the same. And I really feel that this is a positive for the community. And I guess I bring up the planning board because there's 73 units that are potentially going in across the street from the building, right? How does the town plan to care for those families and provide the resources to them? And clearly those buildings were approved, but do they have conversation with you when this is happening? I don't know how that works. And so it would be helpful because that's a lot of families that are all potentially income-driven family homes and that are lacking resources in general. And this building could provide that opportunity in some capacity. It would be a huge benefit. You know that. So the invitation is there, 2 of them on the 16th of January, 1 at 10 and 1 at 11:30. I hope that you'll join me.
So the first step the board really needs to do is get a vote of the town to know the direction the town wants to go in, whether they want the town to sell the building, if they want the town to maintain the building, before anybody can really do anything. I mean, she's treading water. We don't know what we're doing. So it really needs to go to a town vote. Now, whether that waits until June.
So in our proposal, I'm going to interrupt you and I apologize, but our proposal is not for the town to maintain the building.
Right.
Right. It's not, it's for the town to remain owner of the building and to lease it to a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not asking you to maintain the building at all. We're not asking necessarily for taxes to go up in any regard. That's John's wording. So anyhow, yeah, it's a lease to use, and that's all I got. Thank you.
John?
One option to consider would be if the town maintained it as it is now, to give us 1 more year to look for grants and for donations. We're looking for pledges right now that if the town votes not to keep the building and to sell it to a developer or whatever, we don't collect those pledges. We're looking for corporate pledges. If the town says, yes, you can do it, then we go back and say, now we've got the permission, can you come up with the funds? We want to show a commitment. We want to show that it's possible. We can't really say anything right now for certain to these people that we're asking. So it's like Raquel said, we had to have some direction. Has there been any interest yet
In buying it?
in the building?
No, but we don't have it listed.
No interest from anybody?
It's not listed.
Well, it's not listed, nobody really.
I know, but there was talk. There was
No,
talk that
there's
the
nobody
building would be
banging down the
available. I
door.
didn't know if there was any interest.
I mean, I think there's interested parties if it goes up.
That's right. If it was up for sale, that
Yeah.
would be different if it was listed.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't think anyone's talking because it's not up for sale.
And so, John, just, I think I heard, that one of the request, or is it the main request, is that the town still owns it, but wouldn't have to plow or maintain or any of that?
So that's all up for conversation, right? So like John just said, if they were able to maintain it in the way that it was right now, which would be plowing, right? That's the one
Yep.
thing.
It has to be plowed anyway for access for emergency
Right,
vehicles.
right,
It has to
so,
be plowed and sanded.
right.
But just for clarification, because like no maintaining
Right.
needed, but
We haven't, it's not, we're ready, we'll be ready for that conversation
Yeah.
on February 3rd.
Okay.
That would be
and then to, because if we're at halfway budget now,
Right.
of the 20, we decide 20,000.
Mhm.
And so just thinking of going into budget season, that it would be maybe 40,000.
Well, you
to
have
have
to
it set
remember
another year.
cheering's in February, so there won't be any additional costs that are incurred by anybody specifically that's using it, right? So.
Right. I just think it's such a waste to have a building sit and rot too. Do you know what I mean? Like
Well,
if the
that's kind
town
of-
owns it, I'd
That's
like
the
to see it used.
conversations, right? Is
Yeah.
that there's people that are ready, that have, capabilities and, but is it, and how do we have to acquire it, and how do we do these things? I would love deep conversations about that, and this is not as intimate as I enjoy. But all seriousness, like to have these conversations, yes, we want community input, so please come to our conversations, because that's how it's done.
Is the citizens initiative meeting regularly?
Yeah, the last Monday of every month.
Would that be okay to
Zoom.
post on the website or
Yeah.
just share with the public? Would that be acceptable?
So, and that was, we were hoping we'd have more from the resilience group, but it seems very specific to the projects, so I think maybe study. So anyhow, but yes. That would be awesome. I think we could try and-
But I think just to echo what Raquel said, I mean, we need to take, town needs to take a vote, and I don't think a special election or voting would get us an answer, but not necessarily a good understanding of all the townspeople want versus, a select few. So, do you just want 100 votes and that's it?
And I have no idea. I don't know how it works, like
Right.
how the process works.
But normally, like the school budget.
Yeah.
It's maybe 200 people come and vote on a special school budget or whatever, and that's not a good not a good demographics of what we're looking for.
How many people come to the June town meeting?
150?
100.
So you're still talking a small amount.
Right, but in June, there is the school budget. The school budget's in June, we're gonna have, and the primaries in June. So we're gonna have to have election anyhow, so that could be a separate item
That's true, we could do it right here.
separate item on the ballot. You get at least more people.
Yeah, that's true.
Any other public comment?
I got several things. Give my input. And the link to the Historical Society Facebook page be placed on the town website.
I think so.
What month will the non-profits come in and ask for? I know we did that last year. I don't know if we got an exact date for that yet, but we got to ask right now.
You have it, when I have that one.
If you go on, I'll find it.
But you should, Jim, if you want money, you should put a request in now to Raquel, and she'll add it in and then let you know what.
Yeah, actually, why don't you do it that way, because I'll have the date upstairs to be able to tell you what day to come.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, so you want to.
All right, so I got a report on the cemeteries. I know last year when I came in and I asked for some money for the repair of the cemeteries, I said I was gonna do a report in fall. Apologize, I didn't do it, but this is my report right now. So past year, we worked in the Eaton, the Huey, the Golder, and a little bit in the Sanborn Cemetery. And when I say we, I mean Garrett Ashton, Mike Delorier, Derek Eggerly, and the Vashon family. That's Matt, Christine, and a boy. What I failed to do, and I wish I want to do a much better job at this year, is I didn't record all the hours that we put in, the stones repaired, the type of repairs, and the total cost of repairs. I know I had asked for $400, come out much more than that. I do give big kudos for your public works. I don't know where he left. He was on the spot all the time when I asked for something, all the time. I don't know if you can find anybody to take his place. Anyway, I do know that I had talked to somebody who works in the cemetery business, and I had mentioned that I had gotten $400 for products to work on that. And he told me, kind of laughed, he said that $400, that's actually just one day of work for a contract. So this year, I plan on doing a better job, being more professional, record all my hours, record all the repairs, and plan things to be more efficient. Last year, we finished the Eaton Cemetery, the 3/4 done, the Golden Cemetery, and I have 2 headstones and 2-foot stones left to put in the Ewing Cemetery. I also would like to complete the Maxwell Cemetery. There's only 2 stones in there. There's a lot of little small stones. You can't really work on them because they're all faded out. And I also would like to start working on the Coombs Cemetery next year. I guess that's about what my report is for the cemetery, okay? I did want to mention one thing about the old mill property. And I hate to bring that up each time. But to go into the deeds, anybody can go in the registry of deeds and look this up. If I can do it, anybody can. Still not listed as town property.
No, it's not.
Right, so I know one side is, but the other side with a big note list, it's not. So I just want to keep bringing that up. That's it. So I do one more thing. There's a big old tree branch. If you go up to the Catholic Church, drive up High Street, go down on the other side where the Y is. There's a big old tree branch, and that thing is just slowly. It's going to come down someday, and it's going to wreck havoc.
Where is that located?
It's right on High Street.
High Street.
Go up the hill to the church, go down, stop right at that Y and look right to the left. Big old tree branch. And that comes down, it's gonna take out telephone poles and lines and everything else. That's it. Thank you.
Farther down High Street at the park and ride, I asked, I think it was the last meeting, and I think the general consensus was it was town property, that park and ride. But there are main DOT signs there, and I seem to recall my son, when he mowed the church property, mowed past that park and ride. So I'm not sure if that's town property or what, but when the fire department went to clean that up, I think it might be state property.
If you look it up, the register of deeds is town property.
If you can do it. go ahead and
Anybody can do it.
again.
You can do it too, John. I just looked it up 2 days ago.
We know John can.
Any other public comments? Seeing as there's none. Important dates, Martin Luther King Day, January 19th, the town office is closed. There's several upcoming events. There's a few that aren't on here for the, but they're on the calendar. So the Charter Commission Organization meeting, January 7th, Sanitary District meeting, January 12th, Martin Luther King Day, and then Select Board meeting the 20th. 27th Planning Board, the 3rd and 17th of February, Selectman Meeting, or Selectman Board meeting, 24th is Planning Board. There's some March dates as well as budget season. So all budget committee members and Select Board members receive email updates and calendar invites for the upcoming meetings that will be posted on the website as well. Okay. Any other?
Again, that first meeting, still January 29th?
Yes.
Okay.
That hasn't changed.
That's 6.
Yes.
All right, without any other further comments, I adjourn the meeting at 7:14. Thank you.
I did.